Everyone, today I'm going to do LeetCode hard question 68 text justification. This question is asking you if you were given a list of words with random length of words and give you a maximum width of each line's length, then you should then you want to return an output that each line is justified given this max width. So this question is labeled as hard, but I don't think it should be labeled as hard because the solution doesn't need any special data structure or algorithm. You literally can solve this question just using your intuition. You do need to be careful. For example, if for a certain line there is only a single word, then when you do a modular operation, you want to make sure that the dividend is not zero. That's the only tricky part of this whole question. So I totally don't think it should be labeled as a hard. It should be labeled as medium at most. So let's solve this question. So the very straightforward logic is while there is still word in this words list, then you want to build each line, then append this new line to your return. So your return, the example I already showed here, is a list of strings. And while you still have words, then you should keep building each new line. And the way you check, so for each new line, you want to build this new line as a list. You could build it as a string directly, but later you need to justify the length with the space that you're going to calculate. So then you need to break it again, so it's easier. You just build it as a list, then only turn it into a string at the very last step. So this step it's also you can derive this length through your current line, but if you just track it directly, it will be faster. So as long as the new words won't make the current line exceed the max width, you should keep popping it. So this step is very simple. You just keep popping it until it exceeds the max width. Now next we want to at least divide into two situations. One is last line or is not last line. You can check it simply by asking if not words, then that means this has to be the last line. Then you can justify your current line with a different rule. So next you want to handle, there is a bit of problem if you do this, but I'll show you the main logic first. So next you want to handle the case that you actually need to justify basically any line before the last line. So the first step, you want to calculate all the space you need or you have to process. Then you can calculate how many padding goes to each space and how many padding that is left. As a reminder, you only start padding from the left to right. Now you can start building this padded string, but it's still a list. You want to leave out the last one because last one follows different rule. It shouldn't have a space after it. So you only attach the last word after everything else is processed. Now you can add the padding 2, which is only start from left to right instead of padding to every space. Now you can add the very last word together with the already padded words, current line. Padded. So if you return like this, there will be a small problem which you can fix easily. It's in the situation where it's not the end of this whole words, but this current line only have a single word, then this part will become a problem because then the length will be 1, you minus 1, the dividend will become 0. So because of that, you have to handle it separately. So that's the solution of this question.